Why is your iPad so red?
Yo.
Does it pick up the other people?
So it
Red light,
visually
you know.
looks like it does, but when you listen to
I
it,
have
it
like the
doesn't.
warm light thing on my iPhone.
Yo.
Go like full red like that.
That's what I do for my phone.
Mine just
So
have
I have to.
went orange.
Yeah. I just had because I have that on. So
I didn't know you can make it go like.
All right, welcome back. This is we actually don't even know we've skipped 3 in a row. I kind of want to lean back. I don't know how to do this. So this is I'm calling it SPAZ podcast. Is anybody opposed to that name change? No.
I like SPAZ.
I like it better than Turbo ADHD. It's so long and it's a lot of syllables and it's super annoying.
Make my hair match.
This podcast is going to be something like a mullet, where we're going to try to start with business in the front, but we know inevitably it's going to end up being a party in the back talking about crazy stuff. So I have some subjects ready that I know that some of us are interested in, and then we'll just kind of start going from there. It's so early. I'm so tired.
You guys were up really late.
We were up.
Yeah,
so
we
did
were.
you hear
we
us?
finished.
No,
we
but
fin-
I was falling asleep and I like you guys still had energy. I was like, there's no way they're not going to bed or like
No, I think I fell asleep.
anytime soon.
Was
Nah.
I just
I
setting
mean,
the
I
pod
wanted to
up?
go to sleep,
Like
but
all
This,
this?
yeah, like
Yeah.
I had this up, but the light was the wrong color, and then I had to clean up all this. There was stuff under the table, and that wasn't up, and so
we finished setting this up like 4 hours.
that's my
ago.
favorite.
I like the Lego box, but it's a different Lego on the table.
Well, yeah, because that one
Because
still has all of the
Yeah, that's
inside
a
of it.
full-
It's
You hung
entirely
up with-
unopened.
that is a Lego.
Is that
Yeah.
for resale
That's
value in
cool.
the future?
That's my
Wow.
Christmas present that I was like, nobody else offered up any props for the background so far, so I just had to literally glue
Hang
that
up
to the
your
wall.
Christmas present.
we could have put.
These
my
are
car
our
up in the
tickets
background.
from the police of Utah. We're coming for you,
This
bro.
is one of my 5. I need to get the other ones, and then Bryce said he'd bring his. 2 things.
I don't have any tickets yet.
Any
Wow.
tickets at all?
You have 5? How did you get 5 tickets?
I'm just a collector. I collect Legos and I collect tickets, and
What are you doing to get 5 tickets?
so half of them weren't 5. They were just like, your light is out on the back of your car.
Oh, the $50 fix-it ticket, the infamous one.
Yeah, the one that yeah.
Excuse me.
So we already got off the rails because we're supposed to be talking about business stuff or just news in general.
Oh yeah.
Has anything happened interesting?
Well, a lot has happened, but
Recently?
no one has been paying attention because we haven't been recording for like.
I just don't remember anything happening in general. There have-
It's so early. I don't even remember anything happening at all. I can't even think.
There's that
right
guy
now.
that shot that person from Afghanistan.
Oh yeah, they shot the National Guard guys.
Mhm.
That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
was.
That was the day I got home. What's today?
I kind of
December
wanted to.
10th?
I wanted to go straight into
Santa
like.
Claus confirmed in 15 days. That's a pretty big deal.
I wanted to go
Santa
into.
deniers be like, must have been the wind.
This is something that I don't know if you guys care about, but it got me really mad, and I have like it's like conspiracy time with Formula One. I don't know if any of you watched the season. It just ended. Lando Norris won by like 3 points. Yep. Is it shown on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna face it the right way.
The thing is this is like the first season that I watched all the way through, and I thought that every single regulation or every single like time that someone got a penalty, it was to make the race more interesting and keep all 3 of the front runners really close to each other in points. And so I think I'm just never going to watch again because I think that it's all rigged and it's all for money and it's all for people and for viewerships.
I think almost all major sports are rigged in some way or another.
Yeah.
More than we'd probably like, but probably less than major conspiracies would think.
The NFL is definitely scripted so that they can just glaze Patrick Mahomes.
So all major sports, you think, is it like.
I mean, the Dodgers won the World Series again because everyone loves Shohei.
But like,
Ohtani.
what was it rigged whenever Michael Jordan won basketball 8 years in a row in the 90s or whatever?
I think it was slightly, but not as much as I think that was kind of the prime time of sports, and that's why he had such big players.
But how do you
and
know?
big teams.
I was 2, you were 0.
Because
This dude
if you
wasn't
look at the
even a
history of
sperm
it,
yet.
they were starting to realize how much
Someone
money's in it.
30 years from now is
but-
going to look back at right now and say Max's whatever in F1
It was pure driving
It
skill.
was pure driving skill. It's been rigged from the
Yeah.
very beginning. Since the beginning of time, gladiators were rigged in the Colosseum, and all major sports are rigged now for money.
I don't think motocross is rigged.
Yeah, that's true.
Any motocross, any motorsport or motocross?
Motocross dirt bikes only. Because
Rally's probably not rigged either.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of others.
But has there ever been someone who's been like entirely dominant in a sport for rally or motocross as like 5 years in a row? So like, is the tail sign of a sport being rigged that someone is dominant for 5 years in a row?
Yeah, but well, I feel like there's also just people that like there is like Michael Jordans that like show up in a sport though, or like
Not-
Max Verstappen's
not in rally.
or whatever.
Not in moto.
I don't know. I don't know rally.
I don't know.
well
And the
enough.
question is there ever a way to know if it was?
Yeah, you.
There is a way for sure, but do we have a way?
What? Who, if
Once we're
someone
rich
had,
and famous,
you have,
we can rig it with our money.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
see how easily we can change the game with $1 million.
Hold on. Let me take a minute for SPAZ.
I was waiting for you to fix that.
how you could just fix that? I didn't even see it.
Well, I couldn't reach him. I'm all the way
Um,
over here.
I think I kind of this season seems like it might be interesting, but I might just not watch it because I think if it's rigged, it's not pure sport. I don't know. I don't even know how motorsport could be rigged, but
That's why the only pure sport these days is hunting man.
what? Can you expand on that a little bit, please, for us?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I've
This is
said too much already.
this is something else that I want to hear. I think that I'm interested in this, but I want to see first off what your guys' interest is in this, and then kind of if it's actually important or not. There's been a lot of fight around the AI data centers going up in rural areas and people thinking there's going to be a water and electricity shortage where people's water bills and electricity bills are going up. And they're like, why does this matter? So someone can make an AI cat on Instagram kind of thing. It's like,
Why does
is
this
that
matter?
important enough for some Rust Belt town in Iowa to get its water bill increased by 5% or something like that? This is going to be a reoccurring thing if you guys are interested in it. Like, what's the take on, is that good, is that bad? The major players are the tech in San Francisco want to have more data centers everywhere. The government sees this as an existential military risk against the race against China and a political risk. And one of the things that's going to play out over the next year or two is going to be data center build out, data center cost. Obviously, the data centers are like, we're building jobs. But everyone's saying it's going to take a bunch of water and it's going to take a bunch of electricity. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole yet of how much water and electricity it actually does take. What's the thought, like off the hip, what do you think about that situation, Hayes?
I think it's fine. If that's where we're going, that's where we're going. I think if your water bill is an extra 50 cents, you're fine. Water's pretty cheap.
So, but like, what if we had to start paying an extra like $5 a month each for water for using the exact same water that we use now?
In 5 years, I'm going to be able to AI generate something and I can 3D print it in 5 minutes. So it's worth it.
Okay, so
we're gonna expand with AI if we want to or not. Like, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, I don't think. I think some people are trying to
That
fight
is a
it,
good
but
point.
the government is already too deep. I think the Secretary of War just posted an Instagram video how they're gonna integrate AI into our
Hagstaff? Yeah.
defense system. So it's like,
It's happening no matter what.
yeah, like if your
But-
water bill's 5 cents, you're fine.
I just hope that I'm in the military long enough to get my own Cortana.
What kind of Cortana do you want? What features do you want her to have? You know, like exactly like in Halo, or would you?
The exact same one. Just some like snarky, like half naked woman in my head.
Don't you already have that?
It's like, what's that meme where it's like, the blue lady in my head calls me Stud Buffett?
No, I don't know that one. Okay, Gigs. What do you think about the water and electricity situation in there? Landon, what are you doing? Why are you distracting them?
I actually wasn't doing anything.
He was drawing a box.
Yeah.
A perfect box.
Yeah, a perfect box.
Yes.
No, not that box. I think that his is right. AI is not going anywhere, and so it's, maybe this is one of those things where we like act now and try and like smooth the wrinkles later, because we just have to catch up with China. What's the meme right now? Like 7,000 bridges or whatever that they built last month, and like we did.
The worst part is nuclear.
Nothing or something?
They've stood up so many nuclear reactors, and they're putting up they've stolen all of our tech. That's another thing that we're gonna go over. That we're gonna go down the rabbit hole, and we're gonna jump into that, but not right now. And then Landon, everyone, it seems like Hayes and Gigs are all on board with all of the U.S. propaganda. What do you think? For the water and the electricity data centers, and specifically in areas that have droughts and low electricity.
I'm curious how much of an effect this has, because it's an AI bubble, is what I think. I think in a couple of years, AI is not going anywhere, but I think it's still gonna not increase as much as it has been in the past couple of years, and so we're just at a speed race, essentially, almost like the space race. Yeah. And so if we weren't in such a hurry, I wonder if we'd find more sustainable ways to support the growth of it. But I think because of the race we're in with China and everything, even though we're ahead of China, they're catching up, but of course it's always we gotta be ahead. And so I think it is what it is. It's going to probably suck, but the government's been the government doing whatever they want anyways for the past few years, so we're not going to be able to change anything about it, most likely, unless we make some radical changes.
Doom and gloom. What the hell?
But,
Are we ahead of China?
I was literally about to say, if you had to do a raise of hand, who here thinks that we're ahead of China in the AI race? Raise your hand.
AI race or all race?
Just AI race. And then who thinks that China is ahead in the AI race? Me?
I think China is.
Yeah.
I think we're ahead, not by much, but I think we're ahead still. Because we have Grok, we've got Gemini, we've got Chat.
Okay.
But
I think in closed source, so in companies that have their own models, like you just said, Grok and OpenAI, and
I think it's gonna remain.
They're better, but China, like, they don't care about intellectual property, so they're totally happy stealing from others, and we don't know if that's verified. I guess we should know if that's true or not.
No, it's
like
they haven't cared for like decades, bro.
DeepSeek. Ooh. DeepSeek, I think, is way better than any open source model that exists in the U.S.
Have you used DeepSeek?
Yeah, I've used DeepSeek.
Okay.
And that's objectively based on benchmarking.
Yeah, I think we're slightly better. I think we might balance in and out of who's better and who's not for the next couple of years, maybe 3, 4. But I think we are slightly better at the moment, mainly because I think our capitalism, we push for better, and so we get feedback from people and everything because of their neglect of intellectual property, and they just do what they want because they can. I think we're going to be slightly better just because we have the push for capitalism and everything, and it pushes us more, but that's at the moment. I think DeepSeek and everything, I think they go back and forth of who's actually better, whether it's us or them. And it's going to be like that probably for the next couple of years unless something drastic happens.
I think that there's this is a fairly technical subject, so we don't have to get too far into it, but there is the mining of silicon to make the chips. There's the advanced architectures of the chips, and then there's lithography of actually burning in the transistors into the chips, and then there is the part around the chip that is the board and the cooling, and then there's two different types of chips, which would be like there's CPUs and GPUs, and then we're starting to get into like chips that I don't even fully understand, so I need to go down like the rabbit hole of that. And so I think some of it China is behind on lithography and NVIDIA, but they're going to be catching up here soon, and they'll be able to do it more cheaply than we will. So a lot of but the big thing that they have is their energy price and energy output is like far and away better than our situation, as far as they don't have regulations around energy output like we do. Like we have to have scrubbers on our coal our coal energy, and I think that it's hard to know. They could have worse chips, but if they have 10 times the energy, they win. And I think that we are having an uphill battle fighting essentially the left on the getting enough energy for the data centers. Because I think that we are all uncommon in the way that if we were to survey in the town that we're in right now, out of every 100 people, 90 to 95% of those people wouldn't care about the tech that we do, and they would say, I don't care if my water bill goes up 1 cent a gallon or whatever. I don't want a data center here. I don't care if it's for the national security risk of, or the security risk of the U.S. winning the AI race or whatever else. So I think that there might be might not be any political will.
You're saying you're fighting the left, but the left is the communists. And shocker, the communists want to help the other communists. Also communists when they realize that the C in communism is capitalized.
So if it's not based on like it's more based on the chips themselves.
What do you mean?
Is that what you're saying? Is like
no, I think that
they are better because they're based on the energy and the chips.
So we're ahead of them on chips right now, I'm pretty sure.
But is that the only part that?
So like separate from, at the end of the day, I type into Google, like or whatever, and it does its thing, and I just don't even think about it. But at the begin, the thing is there's a lot of industrial inputs of like energy that needs to be put into that chip to make it run, and
but
then all of the
coatings. Is that the only like bit that makes it better, or?
Well, what are you? I'm sorry. What are you asking?
Like if it what determines who's the winner of the race? Is it the chips and the energy consumption?
Well, in America-like fashion, this is a great question. We were losing the space race, and we pretty much lost the entire space race. But John F. Kennedy came in and said the only person who wins the space race is the first person to put a human on the moon, even though Russia had beat us to first to orbit, first animal to orbit, first human to orbit, and whatever else. But we kind of changed the rules, and in a Cold War, or in a cold fighting battle like this, if there is an AI race, we need to define the rules that we know that we can win at. And then we need to go and we need to win at that. And I would say everyone in the military and everyone who's cares about national security, this race is different than other races in the way that with TikTok it affects essentially propaganda. We'll call it the news and knowledge. But China, like if China wants to slowly subvert U.S. policies, they could just have TikTok slowly. They could do what they're doing now. TikTok only was educational for little kids in China, and then here in the U.S. it was goy slop to put stupid.
It was what slop?
No. And so I think that if AI is so powerful that if whoever is so far ahead essentially dictates what a lot of the people think about the situation, and it dictates a lot of the weapons that are made. It dictates manufacturing capability, all of the inputs that you would need for war. Because if you can't build the weapons, if you can't convince the people to get behind the conflict or whatever else, AI is so powerful that it controls and manipulates all of the inputs for keeping a country and keeping a nation state in peacetime and wartime. And that's how they see it. Whether it doesn't just affect weapons and the weapons manufacturing. It affects literally everything. How people view social media, how people view their relationships, how manufacturing is done, the industrial job base. Like, this seems to touch so much of everything. Whereas the space race was like, yes, you can put big rock in space. Yes, you can drop big rock on head of... you can drop big rock on head of enemy. Ooga booga, next generation weapon is like the nihilist weapons take of the space race. And then maybe you can do like mapping of geography using the satellites. But like AI seems to affect everything between like the cat videos that grandma thinks is real but isn't. And then
I love those.
Yeah. Or social media. Or like I've been seeing like.
So is there gonna be a winner then? Is it even like is there a finish to the race, or is it just?
So it depends on how you define it. Because like I'm the type of person that believes that capitalism and free trade are what make a healthy economy and what make people like countries prosper or creates prosper. I was gonna say prosperity. But the nihilist take is, unfortunately, if you have a military full of cynics and military full of people who are ready for conflict, chomping at the bit to do something.
So do you
think they're gonna take
they're
that technology?
They're careerists. The military is ran by careerists.
Yeah.
I think in any age where a nation state that is very powerful has a military, you're gonna have people who have read military books their entire life, and they're gonna want to start wars for better or worse, because they're gonna see every slight as a reason to go to war. Or we can get into that later, but I think that AI in a world where there are people like me who just want to be like peaceful and have free trade everywhere, and then there's people like whoever who want to have war all the time. AI unfortunately becomes a war technology for propaganda, for energy, for manufacturing, for weapons development, and for everything else. And so you have to play the game and stoop down to the level of this. It happens to be
stoop down to the level of warfare.
Stoop down to the level of warfare. I honestly, yeah, I think that one of the reasons that could be explained of why we haven't had such a major world conflict in so long now is because of the global trade that has existed since the end of World War II. We've had regional conflicts that the U.S. has been a part of, but we haven't had any major global conflicts like World War I and World War II. And maybe I'm wrong, and in the next 20 to 50 years will tell us, but it could be trade, and trade is what's keeping everyone from doing that, because everyone's so interconnected. Parts are made here and shipped on a cargo ship there and everywhere else, splitting the world in half. The world's going to become half as productive of all of like the industrial inputs.
Literally.
Well, it makes it hard
to...
We need a trade federation.
I think because of the world trade, that's why I agree, essentially. Because then that just means that we're not actually singling a country out, anything like that. If a country implodes and their currency implodes, everything that's all internal rather than external, and because of that, then they have no one to fight against. So I'd agree. But that's what I'm curious about, though, is we'll have to see in the coming months what the AI race means, if there is going to be a winner, and what the winner means. If the winner is who's most technologically advanced for the military and who can just overtake almost like a nuclear race, even. Like if that's the case, I'm curious what the rules are gonna come out to be in the coming.
And maybe we never have to define them, and it just kind of like fades out. Because I think if it's a baseball game, we're in inning 3 or 4.
Yeah, we're pretty early on. I do think market wise we're in just a bubble that's starting to decline a little bit.
And I actually don't see that as a negative thing. I think we should go over that later on, is the AI bubble and what it is and why it's happening. Last week we talked about how we didn't like last week, like 5 weeks ago, Mom Donnie winning the mayoral election, and there was some homework of people going in and looking up why that was a bad idea. Did anybody do any of their homework around why?
Because he's a communist.
Why Mom Donnie's policies might be bad for labor markets, why it might be bad for housing prices.
Easy. All the market stuff is pretty easy of why it's not going to work out.
Gigs, did you?
I remember looking up some of his stuff, but that was also like a month ago, so I don't remember.
We'll put that on the back burner. That's kind of important. Well, I kind of want to get that right, and Is it raining?
How would you spell his name if you had to?
Mamdani.
Just look up Mayor of New York.
I just saw something recently that he did.
Have
that was
any
like
topics
super
that
crazy.
you wanted to go over?
No, I didn't have any topics this week. It's been pretty stressful with finals.
Yeah,
but I'm
Landon's
writing
in the
down
trenches.
questions and everything.
He's from India?
No,
Yeah,
he's from Africa.
He's from a few places that
He
aren't
was
American.
born in Africa. Yeah.
Oh. He just has a lawsuit against India, the country.
I didn't know about this.
Based question mark?
The whole country.
Gigs, an enemy of enemy is my friend. Landon's been in the trenches. He's in the middle of finals week, and he still decided to come up, even though he woke up and he's like, I don't want to go, and he started crying, and I had to call him and be like, it's okay, honey, you can
I
come
was
over.
in the corner and everything, man.
Rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
May or may not have been a thumb in my mouth, but it wasn't mine, so I don't.
My thumb in his mouth. But I was gonna say I want to go over some of you have one more test, and it's your investments class.
Yeah.
And what is an option? Because I've never understood. And I know these two guys don't know. Is that rude? Do you know what an option is on the stock market?
No.
Gigs?
I've heard of these stock options. That's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Landon, please educate us on what a stock option is and why it's different than just buying a regular. Why can't I just buy the stock?
So you can buy the stock. You actually can't buy the option unless you're allowed to. So you have to
Wait,
apply.
go back. What you're telling me that me as an American, I'm not allowed to go out and buy a stock option?
You can, but you have to apply. So the regulations. So
apply to what? To who?
To say you've got like Robinhood as your broker, you've got Fidelity, you've got Charles Schwab. Those are your brokers that allow you to trade. So you have to apply to Charles Schwab or Fidelity, whoever your broker is. You have to apply to trade options, because what an option is it's 100 stocks essentially, and you have the option to buy the stock, or you don't have to if you don't want to. Essentially,
what?
You're buying
that's like regular.
You're buying 100 stocks right now at $2.
67 cents.
7. So you got 67 cents.
Okay.
That you're buying the stock, 100 of the stocks at. You're paying a premium. If the stock goes up, you can exercise the right to buy 100 of those. But if the stock goes down, that doesn't mean you have to buy it. So it takes out some of the risk of buying the stock, because if it goes down, all you paid was the premium to buy it. So you're paying.
Wait.
You're not paying per stock at the time. All you're paying is the market premium, which it's
lost.
6-7 cents, right? You're paying 67 cents.
So okay, it's right now. It's okay. It's right now. It's 7. Is the market open?
Yeah,
right now?
market's open. It's been open for 15.
Okay, so it's 7. It's 7:46, and I want to buy 100 Tesla stocks at $67.
Yep.
So I put in an option.
You put an option. You pay a premium.
When do I have to make a
premium.
decision?
So it has an expiration date. There's two types of options. There's American. There's European.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Let's talk about something else.
I was
I'm never buying.
I was
stock.
in-
I'm never buying stock, by the way, unless
The
someone buys
option-
it for me.
I'm not going
The
to buy stock. I'm
option
just gonna get
just
land and
means-
then buy it for me.
You can buy the stocks if you
So
want
no,
to. That's if the market goes up. Okay, real simple. If the market goes up, you can buy it if you
But
want
what
to.
price do? Let's say in 1 minute the option is exercised, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Would there be like a 1 minute option? Like it would need to be exercised after
It
1
could
minute.
be. It could be whenever.
Do I have to buy it at the base price? If it went from 6.7 up to 6.9,
Yeah.
do I have to pay 6.9 or do I pay 6.7 price?
You pay the 6.7 price, and then you sell it at the 6.9, because you're buying low, selling
but who
high.
loses in that moment?
So
Because like
No
the
one
famous
really.
movie,
The only
if
thing
somebody
is-
wins, the other person loses.
but the only thing
It's
right
the dog
is
eat dog world.
you have the market premium, so you have to have a break-even point. So say
What do you-
it goes to 6.9 from 6.7.
Okay.
Right. But if the break-even point is
What do you mean?
7, like you're doing
Se-
70 cents. Say the break-even is $70 instead of $67. You have to exercise that at 70 instead of.
When you say exercise,
69.
you're
You're buying the stocks at $67 instead
and then
of.
at
then you
$70
sell
you
it.
have to sell.
You don't have to. If you think it might go up, you can keep it, right? But if you've made your money at $70 because it broke even at 69, then
What do you
you
mean?
can sell and
Wait,
you've
why
made
would it
your
not
money.
break even at 67 or 68?
Because there's the market premium.
What
Because
is
the-
market premium?
So the market premium means that if it declines, instead of going to 69, it goes down to 50. It shoots down. You don't
and you have to
lose that
cover
money.
You don't
lose it. The only thing you lose is that premium. So the premium gives you the option to buy.
You pay the premium no matter what when you put in the option.
Exactly.
You're buying the no. So then you're just buying risk.
Yeah, you're buying risk. So the most you could lose is the premium.
And so
How much-
you're
But
you're
the
covering your
return could
downside.
be
So it's
whatever.
like a fixed cost to buy downside.
Yeah.
Unless
you short it, but that's a whole nother thing. So
Yeah, what's
y'all got a
the-
little
no. What was your
lost
question?
on
We
the other
love
one.
shorting stock.
No, we hate shorting stock. Don't get me on that. Hey, do you have a question or no?
I'm
I wasn't
curious why
built
they
for
hate
this.
shorting.
Hayes, we gotta get locked in on this.
Oh, I'm out of. You don't get to
Hayes,
see
this
me
is how
anyway.
we conquer the world.
The only what?
Hey, if World War III starts, just Palantir.
Palantir. And what is the? No, I'm not
Palantir
gonna
and Lockheed Martin.
Who's the CEO of Palantir?
Peter Thiel.
CEO of Palantir? Palmer Luckey.
Is he? Probably.
No, Palantir? No, that's Alex Karp. Who's the majority owner of Palantir?
Peter Thiel, right?
Peter Thiel. And what? Who's
Alex
Peter
Karp's
Thiel?
the CEO. Peter Thiel helped start it, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Isn't
what-
he the guy with the mustache? Does he have a mustache?
No. What's
I know
his?
the guy with the mustache.
The guy with
The
the
guy
mustache.
with the mustache.
It might have been not that bad.
Peter Thiel's a co-founder.
And Peter Thiel is a
Old man.
nice person.
I'm not gonna say what kind of doctor it was.
No comment.
Prostate exam? What?
What? What do you? What?
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 Who's the doctor?
We're talking about. We're talking about Kanye jokes, and you're talking
Yeah.
about my asshole.
I heard doctor.
Your
Have you not
prostate
seen
is.
You
the-
didn't
have
go
you
to
seen
your
the Kanye
prostate
clip?
exam.
And he's like,
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna say what kind of doctor it was.
Have you seen
And
where
he's
where it's like a skill check and he passes?
It's a Jewish doctor.
I've not
Like
seen
5
that.
seconds in.
Kanye been hating on the Jews. I have no.
I think it's just because he
See-
hated him in the music industry. Because they.
That could be it,
They
but
do
they
run
also
it.
run a lot. Maybe we need a code word instead of.
Maybe they run the
They're
world.
apples. They are apples. Because
Apples.
we're doing apple juice.
6, 7.
They're just the apples. Apples run the world.
The apples of apple juice.
But now that we've said that
There
on
was
the
something
pod,
that-
we might be.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna die
Let's-
tomorrow.
We're
We're
gone.
gonna get drone
I
strike.
think shorting should be illegal. So a little bit of backstory that I can't
it
necessarily.
is kind of illegal, isn't it?
What's
No.
shorting?
So
Shorting
shorting
means
is
you think the stock's gonna go down
It's essentially a way to place a bet if you think the stock is going down to make money.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you probably have thought of stocks as like, I think stock X is going to go up. I'm going to buy some now.
Buy
so that's
high, low.
buying. And then you're like, oh, okay, it went up $5. I made $5. I'm going to get out. On shorting, it's like, I think because of bad decisions in the business or because of news, because of war, because of X, because of this, the stock market is this specific stock is going to go down.
You buy high instead of buy low, sell high.
You buy high and sell low. But the thing is it's very complicated, and the history of it is kind of dubious, and that's why I think it should be kind of illegal. And it's essentially, at the end of the day, you're betting on failure, and you don't want to put extra pressure on betting on failure. You just want to let something fail that is going to fail. Let it fail. Don't put extra pressure on making it fail, because there are things that could have otherwise succeeded that if you didn't short it, it could have gone good. That was awesome, actually.
That's good. That makes sense. I've never learned this much about the stock market in my life.
You're gonna learn more being around Landon.
They never taught me this in school, or maybe
because
They
they
don't
don't
care
want you
about
to know.
money in school. Yeah.
You kind of
'Cause the
grew up in a
Apples run
based
the school
area that
system
was
too.
kind of like go to a trade school, college.
if my
freaking
financial
College
If
is
my-
stupid. Don't
if
do
my
it.
Says the dude.
Speed
financial
from
lit
personal
teacher
Slept
ever
experience.
sees
4
this,
hours
you are
last
a
night
horrible
doing
teacher.
I got
crying
lucky
about
by
exams.
F4. I was like, man,
I
was
probably got an
good.
hour and a half to 2 hours of sleep last night.
I had some crazy dreams though. That was pretty wild.
I had a crazy dream about a friend who was in an insane asylum, and I went to go see them. It was crazy.
Must have been me when I finally graduated from college.
Last thing.
Is this the party in the back?
You was at
Yeah,
the
this
club.
is kind of the party that we're going to talk about
Bottoms up
business, but we're going to
when
talk
I
about the
first
business
met
of
you.
Legos. If you need to leave,
Oh my goodness!
you
I hate the business of Legos.
do you where are you at? Because we can finish up and you can leave if you need to, or we can stay, and then whenever you leave, you can just crawl over my bed right here.
I like how you're pointing, and no one on the pod will know anything beyond
No, yeah, this room is
table
perfect. And
here.
this is a studio that we rent,
But-
and everything is perfect in here. There's
They just haven't
there's definitely
installed the
not
sound
cables
walls,
everywhere.
but we'll be all right.
Because we're gonna kind of end with the business of Legos.
I'll take this one.
Okay, so
If you look at this Jedi Starfighter, how much was this? You just bought this like a day or two ago, right?
$35.
60.
How much was that Jedi Starfighter?
I'll go 50.
30,
Maybe 55 with
35,
tax.
35, $35. There's not even that many pieces. There's only one character, and it doesn't even have a
Well,
full.
it came with a second. It came with 2 characters.
Ooh, that
It's
bumped it
just-
up to 65.
But it doesn't
That's
even
tanky.
come with a
Right
full
there.
droid.
Yeah.
What's their name again?
Oh, it's the stupid toothpick
it's-
lady.
Yeah, it's Tonwi. I
Frick
think
her.
is
No,
name.
that drops it down to
Okay,
$30.
real question though. Smash or pass on Tonwea?
Pass.
Tonwi.
Tonwea.
Her neck game go crazy.
This.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of Legos that you've ordered.
That is not true. What are you talking about?
Emin, are you
How
gonna
much
be able
was
to
this?
pay
How
rent
much?
this month?
How much is this normally? Like I don't know,
$35.
You got it on sale, didn't you?
I did get it on. It's the only reason I ordered those because it's on sale. It is normally $30, and I got it for $25.
Hey, look at A's.
So there's a little bit of a situation going on in Lego. The thing is this is not really business. This is fan business.
Does Lego have kind of a not necessarily a monopoly, but they have because they have partnerships with Star Wars, with
They're the Nike of the toy industry.
yeah.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
because they have those partnerships, is that why other companies basically just can't make anything, and so
Yeah,
they
they
don't
have-
sell anything?
They have like
Yeah.
no margin.
And for that reason, they can just charge whatever they want.
Yeah,
Well,
they wanna-
so that okay. Lego is known for being quality. They are kind of more quality than others, but they also have insane brand. Whenever you're selling a physical product, you're not in the physical products business. You're in the marketing business. You're in the brand business, because your margin essentially is represented by your brand. The problem is Lego is already stupid expensive. Like this here, guess how much the MSRP was on this? Choke Lando,
Just
Lando
that one.
choke Norris.
$9.50.
I'm gonna say 15. No, I'll say 10.
Yeah, so this was $6.
Seven?
No, it was literally $6, but it was like six.
$7.
And how
Okay,
much is
$7?
$7 after taxes, $7. But this is literally like, this is just, it's not much. It's just plastic. Like this is any other toy from any other company. This from Mega Brick would be
like
$3 to $4.
Yeah.
And it probably cost them 20 cents to make this, so they already have an insane markup. But
well, they used to be what Legos. It used to be like a 40%, right, or something like that.
I don't know. The thing is they're a privately held company and they've been private the entire time, so nobody gets to know their operating profit and their margin and at the
So like at one point, it was like maybe it's 100%. I feel like or something like that. But what is it now? Everyone thinks it's like what 140% or 150%
markup
or something like
Well,
that.
specifically on Lego Star Wars Clone Wars sets. So Gibbs, if you'll point out that yellowish
yeah, this
orange.
is egregious.
So the yellow orange on the stripe that I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, that designates what era of Star Wars it's from.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that on the
So-
boxes.
See the color?
Yeah.
So yeah, this right there. If it's orange, it's Clone Wars era. I don't have any other ones memorized. Okay? But based on inflation, these ships in 2009,
We're like $20, 15 to $20.
they were in today's dollars $20. So they're raising the prices and then they're raising them over inflation, specifically on Star Wars Clone Wars, because it's a bunch of adults between the ages of 25 to 35 who watch Star Wars Clone Wars as kids that want to buy the Lego sets. And it was fans who asked for doing it. And so there are sets that are like 40% more than they would have been based on inflation, with less pieces, smaller sets, 40% markup because
They have Clone Trooper in them.
because they have a clone trooper in them. And I think the thing is
a clone Trooper with
if
colors.
it was any other fan base,
Isn't there a company that makes the bricks,
no,
but you
It's
just
a-
buy?
it's all in house.
Really? Because I thought there was a company that, or maybe it's just Lego themselves, that you buy like the bricks, but then you can buy the instructions from somewhere else.
What are you talking about?
There's like
There's a bunch of
Is that?
there's Bricklink where you can like order like certain types of bricks or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
make like sets.
You
like
was
can
at
design
the
your own.
club,
Yeah.
bottoms
whatever,
up
but
when I first
That's
met you.
owned by Lego. Bricklink is owned by Lego.
yeah.
So I swear there was another company. I'll have to do some research.
Do you guys know the
I swear there's
tolerance of
another company
Legos?
that did that.
10,000.
The what?
0.0005 inches. So it's like they're super. They're kind of premium plastic.
They're
For a-
insanely premium plastic. And
There's no plastic that's that precise.
The injection molding is incredible, and no one has the precision, and they only have it because they have the branding to be able to afford to buy the plates.
Do you think that's part of the increase in price?
That's part of the increase that's been that way since 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they just increased the
They've
price.
been
then
changed
just 'cause
since
they
for a
can.
while.
There's a lot of technical parts of this, and unfortunately, Gideon and I know.
There's
on
also
this.
like oil prices too, because the petroleum product or whatever that the plastic's made out of is like a super refined
So
petroleum product as well.
Exactly, and
Because
so
they're like, we only make the best building bricks or whatever. Like if you look at like the mega blocks or whatever, like sometimes there's imperfections in the bricks. Legos are like perfect. What do you got? Oh, you die, jump off the bridge.
I'm joking.
It's been a pleasure.
You out?
Yes, sir.
It's been an hour, hasn't it? Whoa, we can do that?
yeah. I'm literally.
Why were we not just fidgeting with the $140 microphones this whole time?
We're kind of fidgeting with it because whenever I go to edit this later on, I'm gonna know if that was miserable to listen to or if that was like actually kind of fine. But
We need.
are you gonna head to work after this, or what are you doing?
I want to take like a 30-minute nap. Go to work.
I kind of want to take a 30 30-minute nap.
There's no 30. No, you and I are working.
What?
Well, boys and
Do you have
girls.
work today?
I do not.
Awesome, bro.
We're
Did
locked
you get
in.
fired? You haven't worked in like 2 days.
When are you riding
What,
in my
I
car?
worked yesterday.
I thought you didn't have work yesterday.
No, I definitely. Landon, was I at work yesterday?
But
you didn't have
work the day before.
And then when do we drive?
Yeah, I have 2 days off a week, and those are the 2 days,
Mm.
Sunday and today. And then I work the rest of the week, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I'm gonna go work on
All right.
motorcycles.
Thank
and
you.
It's gonna be really cool.
We love you.
Bye, Landon.
Don't do anything I would do. I don't know how to end this.